to another week at WhiteDetails. My name is Jim, WhiteDetails, and this week we have, well, the Jaguar F-Pace S. This vehicle was here last week for the full new car protection package. Gtechniq CS Black paint protection, multi-layer paint protection, with all the extras packed, the wheels, the glass, the fabric, the leather, interior and trim. Really has, well, it looks the part. It's a stunning vehicle. The dealership themselves dropped the vehicle off on the Wednesday, started it Wednesday afternoon, Thursday, Friday, finished it Saturday morning. The customer has been to see the vehicle here on Saturday himself, and the vehicle now will travel back to Lincoln Marshall Jaguar, where the vehicle will be picked up by my customer on the 1st of March, wearing the new registration. But it's a real nice, stunning metallic. Real nice paintwork. Inside and out treatments. So that leaves 4 days on a Sapphire Black E90 Saloon 330D BMW. The vehicle has been owned by my customer for a good few months now. I saw the vehicle a couple of months ago for a quotation and a look over the paintwork. It's booked sort of working to a budget and sort of a major correction where possible. We'll have a better idea on sort of the paint condition when the vehicle's fully washed and inside. There are deeper marks here or there. But on a whole, there's a massive room for improvement to be made. But that said, there are deeper marks over the vehicle, which would really require extra attention. The roof looking pretty scratched up. So trying to stick to the 4-day booking. The vehicle has recently had a bit of paint work, so looking to no doubt come across some buffer trails and sander marks, overspray potentially on adjacent panels. So that's Monday to Thursday. Friday I am on the road, all will be revealed there. And actually this week is my 30th birthday. Believe it or not, I'm turning 30 on Thursday, so I'll hopefully be wrapping up the job on the BM, applying the coatings. The wheels are actually being sent for refurbishment on this vehicle as well. There are areas of curbing, but also patches of the paint finishes flaked away, but also the powder coat finish here you can see has been flaked, and the front wheels are showing signs of this as well. So they're being refinished in a nice anthracite factory colour. So let's start the soundtrack now and enjoy. easy. Midday Tuesday, up onto the roof. A very slow start with the polishing. I'm a bit worried where the wheat's going to take me now, but up onto the roof. It looks like this thing's been washed with a brush previously. We've got some real deep, severe scratching. Same applies to the bonnet. That's in the center of the roof, but as we go across onto the back corner, you'll see they start to fade out, and we've got a much better clarity. Well, a big correction, a real big defect removal seen there. Pull some focus back. Having to use 2 or 3 aggressive hits with a wool pad, real heavy compounding to dig these out. The finish after, let's get some focus on that lint. Yeah, that looks good. The finish after the compounding isn't great, so it needs then a lighter polishing stage before we go on to the final refining stage later in the week. Focus. Focus. Hiya. With the roof complete. Don't know what it looks like, I can't see the screen. Really has come up well. Well, it's like 98% correction. Real good defect removal there. So we're now working down the near side. I've worked across, I'm replicating what I've done on the offside, so the A to D pillar, this wing has been painted. There's a bit of a colour match going on unfortunately, but 1 second. It's a brand new paint on the wing. Now one would think that, hey, it's brand new paint, it's recently repainted, why should it need polishing? This is why it needs polishing. Just the application of the paint is nice. There's not a lot going on in terms of bits in the paint. Sometimes you find bits of dirt or fish eyes, as we call them, in the paintwork. It's actually a nice application, but it's the finishing, it's the contact and the abrasions and the polishing left behind, which has left the paint looking like this. If we look under the other lights, we can see there are actually some deeper marks here. So although it's freshly applied paintwork, it still needs the professional touch to correct and restore. So if I have customers having to get a bonnet or a wing or a door painted, I'll always advise them to then book back in and revisit to restore the clarity, because otherwise it's just, this isn't always the case. I will just stress it isn't always the case, but usually body shops are paid to paint the car, not to detail them. Sometime later, the wing is now cut, waiting on refinement, but looking glossy and looking better, much better. Definitely benefiting from the refinement stage, or at least it will do when that happens. So we move on to the near side door. Original paint, all the mess, all the swirls, scratches. Some good marks in here as well, similar to the roof, especially on this top portion. Lots of little abrasions and stretches. So as we go across from that corner to this corner, this section around the door handle has been cut, hopefully you can see. Nearing the end of day 2, Tuesday. Some bad news for the owner and something to be mindful of for everyone else. So I am working on a car. This had a bit of paint work. I'm working on original panels and I'm working on resprayed panels from some time ago, and I'm working on resprayed panels from more recently. Near side rear quarter, near side front wing. Progress is I've cut the rear 2 panels and the door, and I've now done the edges on the passenger door, and the centre you can still see the swirls and marks. Manual focus, autofocus. So moving on to the front wing, you can see very hazy and bloomy from my cutting, probably a bit too aggressive here. To be honest, yet to be refined. The top section, you can see the holograms, the movement, the swirls, buffer trails from polishing at the body shop, similar to the near side rear wing. This has all been induced at the sort of finishing stages of the paint shop. Haven't been painted. But more worryingly, we look here at the very edge, we have 1.5 inches of a burn through. This is the paint here has been compromised, and at the very top of the wing, likewise, it's missing, it's been burnt. This has been caused by too much pressure on the edge with the pad. I've already cut the top section, the adjacent panel on the top of the door. This has been cut, yet to be refined. So that's been done with the edges. I've done the edges first and the bulk. But when this half of the wing has been mopped, it's gone straight over onto the door. The buffer trails are present here, were present here. So they've literally gone over the whole lot. That puts a lot of pressure and strain on these edges, that especially being fresh paint at the time. This is an original paint finish. There's not a lot I can do here now. It's one area I need to be very careful of and try and avoid. But it highlights the importance, or it highlights why I mask up these edges. So when I'm polishing this very top edge here, I've got to protect that A-pillar in case it strikes through or the edge of the pad chafes. But the edge of the door is taped, so when I'm polishing this edge, it's not contacting that edge. And at the same time, I'm not doing the edges with a big 5-inch pad, I'm doing it with a 3-inch pad. It's a lot more accurate, you get a lot more feel, and you know where you are. Whereas using a 5-inch or a 6-inch pad, overhanging on the panel edge, you're just not really sure of what's going on. I'm not looking forward to the bonnet. Check out them scratches. It's similar to the roof. Yet to be refined, but looking a lot better. You saw me doing the top corner there with a spot pad, so as always the edges are done first. You'll never get the 5-inch pad into this top crevice, so the 3-inch steps in, does the edge, down the side, across the top before the bulk is hit with a 5-inch. Yet to be refined, so you'll see the bloomy slight tinge coming off on the edges. It's a bit rough still. That's yet to be perfected, and it will be cleared up with the refining stage. Twenty to 7, Thursday. This week's just rolling into one. 3 series, fully refined, now sat awaiting application or wipe down, waiting on application of an alcohol to strip any remaining residue, polish residue, and prepping the surface ready for application of Gtechniq crystal serum, which will be topped with 2 coats of XO version 3. Looks really well. It has come up a treat. It's come a long way from where it was. There were some real bad scratches over the roof, over the bonnet. We've got a new BMW badge to go on, as well as new side repeaters down the front here. So back in Saturday morning to coat and finish off the BM paint protection, windscreen protection. I'm sure that's booked in as well. The interior's had a really light cleanse and a bit of a dabble with the hoover and a wipe over. Nothing too drastic on the interior. So yeah, I will be back in Saturday to apply paint protection. Morning, Saturday, 8:30. I'm on the way back through to the unit. I've been out to pick the wheels up for the BMW. They look stunning, as always. Wheelcraft in Heckington, which is Sleaford, Lincolnshire. Very much my chosen outfit for wheel refurbishments. In this instance, they've also put 2 new rear tyres on the back, 2 Bridgestones, matching Bridgestones, run flats, as well as they've been rebalanced, they've been revalved. And one of the rear wheels, I believe, was straightened because it was slightly buckled. So before the repair was made, that was repaired, that was straightened out, and then refinished in the anthracite gunmetal wet paint lacquer. It looks really well indeed. So go check out Wheelcraft's details on Facebook and Google Wheelcraft and speak to John. If you get in touch with Wheelcraft, say JimWD centres there. They'll look after you, I am sure. On the way back to the unit now, I've got the multi-layer paint protection to apply. I've got the glass to sort, a final wipe over, check things through, final toothpick rework, and we'll be about there. So as well as new centre caps for the wheels, the side repeaters, these are a bit yellow and tarnished, so you can see replaced, old, new, old, before, after, much nicer. If you were wondering how I retrieve the cable in the wing for the side repeater, I use this device. Ta-da! I think we're done. Trying to tick it all off in my head. Wheels coated, paint protection, glass, toothpickery, exhaust coated, door shut, interior. Yeah, so 4:30. I'm out this evening, Saturday the 4th of March for my birthday, so I must dash. So if I don't get in with the camera tomorrow for various reasons, then I'll quickly show you the after footage now. If not, I will pick up the camera tomorrow, do more in-depth after shots, and look forward to seeing the owner's reaction. Sunday, and it is collection day for the BMW. I was out last night for my birthday. Thank you to those that joined. Slightly sore head this morning and a dead voice. But we have the collection due any second. The owner is on the way. Sat to one side is a Focus RS here for next week, part of the new car protection package. But as we go through, this is what the customer sees. We have one BMW finished. I'm not going to film the customer's reaction every time. It's a bit impossible. It's not fair either. So the more I do it, the more pressure it puts on the owners of the vehicles. When they come in, they'll feel pressured to have to react because they might think they're being filmed. So I'm going to stop that for the time being. After the Focus next week, I have 3 or 4 days on a Defender, which would be a bit different. This will be, it's a tricky one to navigate. There's a lot of delicate areas to navigate the polisher, and some areas may even be hand polished, but we'll wait and find out. I forget what it's booked in for. It was that long ago that it was booked. We have this certificate off the back of the Friday's Kamikaze certification day. Kamikaze collection. My Abbey coat. Henri. Good system, good line of products, and I'm looking forward to using it alongside well, the rest of the packages I offer, so Gtechniq CS Black, but those that want the Kamikaze, the option is there now. By the way, if you were wondering what this device was, it was used and seen whilst taking the badge off the BMW. This is a Lexus. Never mind. I'll put the information down for this, what I can find, in the description down below. As I said in the video, it was a lot easier to take the badge off than I was expecting. Normally they're quite stiff and take some persuasion. I think because the boot lid on the 3 Series had been painted, the badge had been out recently, and perhaps it just wasn't in that well in the first place. Again, apologies for those that are firing through the messages on email, text, WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, and of course YouTube. It's impossible for me to get back to everyone. I do thank you and do appreciate the support from the channel, but I'm struggling to keep up with inquiries and quotes, never mind sort of how do I do this and what do you recommend for that.